G'day everyone, Daniel Anderson here. Join me in this episode as we take our first look at Microsoft Lists. Just arrived in my tenant, literally have not even opened the application yet. So you're gonna take a look initially, very first time that we get to open it. I haven't had a look at it yet. Join me, walk through it with me. Let's go. G'day everybody, Daniel Anderson here. Let's take this new app for a test drive, Microsoft Lists. We can see on the screen here, it's arrived in my tenant. This is going to be a really raw video. Haven't looked at it yet, haven't used it. So let's dive in and see what we get. So let's click on Lists, first time use. Let's kick off and create a new list. All right, so the user interface here, let's click this purple button. We've got this dialog box. So we've got the option here to be able to create blank lists, create from Excel, and also from an existing list. And we've also got some templates that we can choose from here. So let's start with a template in this video. So let's jump on to the employee onboarding. Let's have a look at what this is going to give us. So we've got a couple of columns that is going to be all pre-provisioned for us. Which looks good. A little bit of formatting. Be interesting to see if this formatting, the column formatting comes across. Let's use this template. We've got the ability to name our template. So let's just keep it as employee onboarding. We can give it a description. We can choose a color. So let's choose orange in this case. We can also choose an icon. Now in this drop down, it looks like we've got the ability to save our list to a certain location. So we've got a My Lists option, but also let's have a look. We can also save these to different sites. So what we're going to do is I'll just keep it in My Lists for now. And then in the next one, I'll create another list and we'll pop it into a site. And then we'll see what that experience is like. So let's kick off that. Let's create that and have a look at what this looks like. All right, so here we are. Nice and quick to create. Full screen mode here. And we can go ahead and create. So as we can see, it looks like a SharePoint list based on SharePoint lists, obviously. Same flyout options here. We can edit our forms using Power Apps. We can edit our columns like we see in a SharePoint list. We can go through here. Let's just go fill out this. This is the description. Completed by. Let's go see what this is. Okay, so this is a drop down, week 1, complete, no, mentor. Let's put my name in here. We can pop in a relevant link, so we can paste in a URL here. Let's save that and let's have a look at what we see. So we've got some column formatting coming in here as well. So let's just go through and edit this now. And I want to change the completed to yes. Let's save that. We've got a tick here. Now let's just also have a look at completed on. So this is a date field. Let's have a look and see if we've got any formatting or anything like that there. No, we don't. We've got a relevant link. Maybe what we'll do is pop in something in the relevant link here. Let's just go to Google. Let's save, see what happens here. We obviously need to have a HTTPS. Let's save that there. We've got that, relevant files, and we can also go ahead and add our own as well. We've also we can manage our alerts. We've got edits. Excellent. All right. So let's now go back to the lists homepage and see what that looks like. And by the looks of it here, we've got My Lists. We've got the employee onboarding, which is what I've just created there. Now to get back, we can just click on Lists. Now, interestingly enough, we haven't got that coming up. There we go. Refresh the screen and it comes up. All right. So that looks like it now is added to the My Lists section. Now what we're going to have a look at, let's take a look at now what happens if we create a list and we add it to a site. So I'm just going to use another template. So let's use the issues tracker here, and we're going to add that to a site. So pretty common use case here in a project. All right. So we've got some site columns, some columns here that are going to be used. Let's just go 365 project issue tracker. Let's give it a different color. We've got a bug as the icon. Now let's add that to the 365 project site, and we're going to show that in the site navigation. Let's have a look and see what happens here. All right, so we've got the list created now, and again, same thing, new item. We've got the ability to do that there. Now, what we're going to do here is we might just in a new window over here. I'm just going to open up the 365 project site, and actually, I'll open up Teams and also the 365 project site. Sites and 365 project. And let's have a look and see what that looks like. 365 project, general files. Let's now open that up. I'll drag that across in just a sec when I've got, here we go. So I've got that project up here, and you can see here that that's been now added to the navigation because we chose to add that to the nav. So let's click it and let's see what happens. All right, so that now embeds it into just like a normal list by the looks of it. So it embeds it into the SharePoint site. Now let's just take a look at the site contents, and yep, we can see there that the list itself has actually been created inside of that SharePoint site because we chose to create it in there. All right, so that's an interesting observation there. When you choose to add it to a site, it actually adds it to the SharePoint site, which is good to see. Now, let's jump back into the lists homepage. I'm just going to refresh this page here, and you can see that we've now got the issue tracker here. We can share, we can remove from recents. Let's have a look and see what happens if we share. Okay, so we're going to be able to grant access to another person also. So what I might do is I might just grant access to my support account, and we'll leave that edit option there. And let's now grant access to that list to a different account. And I'm just going to log into that different account here. And let's take a look at what happens for that user. So I'll drag that across. This is the account for that user. Let's have a look at lists here. I'm going to click this. First time this account has been added to, has opened this up. And we're going to go through this, next. Now let's have a look and see if that list actually appears. What I might do is also open up the inbox for this account, and let's take a look at what happens. We haven't got any new lists that are appearing here. Let's just bring this across, and we can see here, this is the email, right? So what's happened here is the email shows that I've shared that issue tracker. All right, so let's click it, let's open it, and let's see what we get here. Okay, so there's the list that I've shared with this particular user. All right, and I've got access to that list. I don't have access to the actual site. No, I've only got access to the list. All right, so I just want to jump back onto this list, the person that I've shared the list with. I just want to see if this appears in the lists app. It does too. So here you can see that I'm in the support account here, and I've actually now shared that list with that user, and I've got access to that list from the lists application. So that's a good, that's a nice feature there. So we might just leave it there for now. All right. So that's a really quick little intro into Microsoft Lists. just appeared in my tenant. We just created one in my lists and also just created one and added it to a site. I'll continue to have a look around and release some additional info around lists shortly. Great app, great features. I hope that brought you some value, gave you a first look at it, and I'll see you in the next lists episode. Thanks for watching.